Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm Gretchen.
And I'm Camille.
And we're talking today about old lipsticks, and I don't mean us. What I mean is, how many of y'all have a drawer that when you open it up, they go roll, roll, roll? Because there's a lot of lipsticks that are not quite dead.
Well, there's still a little bit left.
There's still a little bit left, or maybe you just haven't shown that one some love, but you don't want to quite get rid of it because it's just like a dress that you go, maybe
I'll fit into that.
Maybe I'll wear that pole dancer red sometime. Maybe I will. You don't know.
Or those red stilettos. I just can't let them go. I know.
I don't know any. I've never owned any of those.
I have some pretty high spiky. Well, I'm shorter.
I've never seen you in heels.
I'm in heels, but they're wedges. They're not stilettos.
No, I meant like ice pick stab you in the neck heel.
I got hooker heels. I do.
Stop saying that. Listen, there's a lot of people that dress that way, and they're not hookers.
I'm not offended by you call me hooker heels. I'd be like, hoochie mama, here I am. Absolutely, that didn't offend me a bit.
We are talking about lipstick. Here's the deal. So I was working with this makeup artist, and she had this whole thing, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, how'd you do that? Like, where did you buy that? And she goes, no. You go on down to your craft store, and they come like this in the beaded jewelry section, right? Oh. And I'm like, well, you would never find me there because I wouldn't be doing any kind of crafting like this.
They come out?
Yeah. So it's this little tray. It has a lid, and these little guys come out. Now, here's the deal.
And there's a lid on them. They're screwed.
Yeah, there's a lid on there. So what you do is you're like, and here's the deal with me. I blend everything.
I do too.
I have Native American in my coloring, and my lips. If I put this color on, it's not going to be that color. So I have to blend everything. So you're just going to take your little stuff and put it in. Camille's case, put it in her Utah bag. She'll probably take both of these. You never know.
You never find it.
You never know. So here's what you do. Get your lipsticks, okay?
My old ones.
Yeah. Now I learned something, Camille. Now this one's fairly new, as you can tell. But let's say that's all you had left, and you're like, oh, I don't want to get rid of it. Do you know how much is actually still down in the tube?
Oh,
quite a bit.
Really?
So when you cut it off and you put it inside one of these guys, right?
What do you just cut it off with?
Just a knife.
Okay.
Yeah, just a
Scissors?
No, just a knife. And then
Fingernail?
you're going to get down in there. You're still going to get about another ½ inch of lipstick.
And so you dig it out with like a little.
Oh yeah.
With a little putty finger or something.
Whatever you have, whatever it takes, you get in there and you get it.
And then you put it in here.
And then you
so
put
that's
it in
all
there.
these. Those are all lipstick.
These, yeah. I mean, look at this color. No, wait, look at this one. This is something that, if I'm ever wearing just this, you can.
Let me see.
You can stop me. You'd be like, girl.
Damn.
I think it's called like grape jelly, and for obvious
It looks
reasons.
grape jelly.
But
It's
you
pretty.
take this as a base. And maybe you're going to mix a little bit of this on top, right? So this gives you a choice.
I like this.
Yeah.
This is a really clever idea. And you know what? I am going to gain so much space in my lipstick drawer.
You're welcome.
Thank you, sugar.
No, seriously, these little trays are like $5.
I'm impressed.
$5. Okay.
Because I like order. I like
you
order.
Do.
I do. I like things.
Except
I'm a gadget girl.
for
I
your
love
purse.
gadgets. Well, I know. It's got to order too. I know where everything is in that purse. I can tell you.
That's very true.
Straight
That's very
to
true. I'll be like, hey, Camille, do you have a Ziploc sandwich bag from 1978? She goes, I do. Right here on the second pocket on the left, on the inside corner.
And my tea.
I know.
Yeah, I know.
You know, I wanted to talk about this because it's a really good thing. But this reminds me when I was going through my divorce, I went to a therapist, and he said something to me that was like so powerful. And it was powerful, not that it's like any major word of wisdom, but at the moment of my life, it was powerful.
Yeah.
And he said to me, girl, you've got one root in the ground. You are surviving with one root. And he said, when's the last time you've done something for yourself? You know, and I'm a mom, and you know, I'm like, well, I don't shave my armpits the other day. Does that count? And he said, I want you to go out, and I want you to at least do something. I don't care if you buy gum or if you buy lipstick. You do something to put a little investment into you that says you are worth it.
Great advice. Really
So
good advice.
I had a whole drawer full of lipstick after that time.
I love that.
Yeah, because you know, we may not all be able to go and drop 50 pounds and you know, all of a sudden have a facelift or whatever, but we can start with lipstick.
Sugar, that is really, really cool. Yeah. You know, I think that people would look at you and think, she's got it all figured out. She's got it all together. She's gorgeous. She's thin. She's You seem to have it all put together.
But Camille's like, but she's a mess.
No, actually, she's not a mess.
Yeah.
But I do
Thank
think
you.
that people they underestimate, what the humanity and what you've gone through in your life, and you're private about it. We're all private about our stuff, right? But I think even
Except
if
for the Kardashians.
well, and don't we all want to be like that? But I think even if, as a powerful woman, and I would consider myself a powerful woman, it's stuff we don't like to mention and talk about what we go through. But that moment when you were that desperate and had such a, difficult time,
Yeah.
that someone said something to you and it inspired you, and he saw you were not taking care of you. And we do this as women, don't we? I look at how my history and I will evolve, and I'm continuing to evolve and take care of myself. But I think that as a powerful woman, I hold back. I don't tell people when I'm having bad days or what I'm struggling with or what I've struggled with. In my profession, I'm supposed to be on all the time, and pretty much I am. And here's the truth about me. Like, my stuff does not exist for me when I'm sitting in front of someone else. I can say no case on post, and what that means to me is I am all right here, right now, and all that's in front
And
of me
you
is,
are that way.
I actually am. I have that ability because I love people, and I know my job is to stop their pain, to get to the root of their pain and help pull that root out for them, because I want them to be transformed. I want their life to get better as a result of knowing me. And if they're not getting better, I did not do my job. But I think it's important for everybody to know, women especially, we have bad days. I have bad days. I have things in my past that I'd be embarrassed to talk about. Having a man, take advantage of me or abuse me in a certain way. Like, you'd look at me and say, you let some guy, blah, blah, blah. And I don't let anybody do anything. But when you're caught up in a relationship,
Yeah.
I'm cheated on, my neighbor's pregnant, I'm humiliated, and who am I for the world, right? I should have all that stuff figured out. And I had a client say to me, because I was life coaching back in my 20s. I started back then. And she said to me, she was mad at me. And she said, I cannot believe you picked a guy like that, and I'm trying to be like you. I mean, she left me the nastiest voicemail, and I thought, wow, I am never sharing my laundry again. I'm never telling anybody what I'm going through again. It really made, because again, I was just being, normal. I think I told her I was having a bad day and I was going through a divorce, and she was mad at me. Now, it's silly, but back then I really wanted to, be someone that she did admire and look up to. And I think that's a lot of us. I think we all, you wouldn't know, but we're all struggling with something. Everybody has something.
And I think too, especially for women, whatever our vice is that's causing us pain, there's many layers to it.
Oh, yeah.
And especially if you're a wife or you're a mom, you put all that in the background.
Yeah.
Because we really, as women, we're all about serving others first.
Yeah.
And what happens is, we as women, we put ourselves farther and farther and farther back on the list, to the point that we let society go, you know what, you're vain if you go put some lipstick on, or if you go get yourself a new bra. When I was in a relationship, I was told, you're allowed to have one bra a year, and it has to be white, and that's all you get.
Now, just the idea that this happened to you, that someone would have the nerve to do that to you, it incenses me. I get so mad about that. But I, too, have been there where I was told something. Yeah.
And at the time, in my head, I'm like, oh, wow. We've already covered the fact that I nursed 5 babies, and these guys were hanging, so I wore a bra all the time, slept in it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I showered it. I mean, I wore it all the time because of health reasons.
Yeah.
I could trip and fall on those things or something. But you know what? When you're in a relationship, and even if it's not a good one, and you're trying to make it last, and you're trying to work, you do stuff. You now look back and you go, why did I do that?
We sell out.
But I tell you what, the very first thing I did when I was single, the very, very first thing I did is I went to Victoria's Secret, and I bought 3 bras.
And they weren't white, I'll bet
They were
you.
not white. Yeah. They were a color. And the gal at the checkout goes, who are those for? And I looked right at her and I said, they're just for me.
Wow.
And so whatever we have to do that says my life is worth some form of an investment. Now, obviously, things and stuff come and go.
It's metaphoric, though.
It most definitely is.
It's for you.
Right.
It's actually something, it's like you claiming I matter. whatever that was for you, it was getting yourself a couple of different colored bras.
And you know
putting
why?
Lipstick on.
Because at that time in my life, I was being replaced by other women.
Yeah.
So at that time in my life, even though that relationship wasn't going to work, I needed to know that I still could be beautiful. Yeah. And
you were desirable.
People go, but you're Miss USA. Why would you ever think that way? Yeah. Because I'm real, and because we all have feelings, and when you're in a relationship and it turns in a way that you all of a sudden lose all of those feelings that you've had as a woman, and that you're banking on that person cares and loves and notices that about you, and then it's gone, you got to do something.
Yep.
Whether it's lipstick, bra, a self-help book, go see Camille, I don't care, you got to do something.
That's right.
And you hear all the time people talk about music. They're like, that got me through whatever.
Oh, yeah.
That got me through whatever.
Because it's emotional. I mean, that music is emotional for them, and they feel like that's me. There's someone singing my song, so to speak. Yeah.
Yeah. And and it didn't happen overnight for me, and there's still many things that I'll do something in my life and I'll call you up and I'll go, do you know what I just did? It is still, that scar is still there.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think the best thing that we, men or women, need to realize is know what it is.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid of it. Don't be one of those that, I'm on Jerry Springer now because I'm going to talk about something that happened to me when I was 12. I'll confront it. You always say the truth faster.
That's right. Tell the truth faster. Just
Yeah.
tell it faster. The truth's always there.
Right.
Yeah. But I think we get caught up in, I think people with images, you have a public image. So the last thing you want to do is embarrass yourself or say something that you went through that was difficult, because people would never expect that out of you. And same with me. Mm-hmm. But how do you think we got this strong, y'all? My misery is my ministry.
Mm-hmm. Can I get amen?
But it's the same thing. Yeah. So I want to know other people's stories. I want to know your story. I think we all have a story of something that tried to stop us or prevent us or slow us down that could have taken your power. And for a time, I was powerless in a relationship. Relationships tend to be where I lose me, And so, and I think that's true for a lot of people, not just women, but a lot of people. We get caught up in making sure it's working, and then what about am I working, But then when you have children, again, it isn't just easy to just pick up and leave. There's a lot at stake.
Yeah, there's a lot of lives.
And then we sacrifice ourselves for the greater good. Mm-hmm. And I want to hear that story. But there's also, you get to matter inside of that too. And there's always a path. It's a journey, and we always get out of it usually. And then when we get out of it, we're much better, and we have wisdom for other women. I don't know about you, but the older I get, I love men. Okay, I love men, but I'll tell you what, the older I get, the more value I find in my women friends. Like the wisdom, the strength. I'm just so inspired by women, I can't tell you.
Yeah.
So I love powerful women, and I could just talk all day long with y'all.
But we're not going to do it right now.
No.
We're going to let you go about your life. But you know what? We love that you're here. Subscribe to our channel, like and share with your friends. Go to our Facebook page and send us some comments. We love to talk about something you want to talk about. But again, thanks guys. See you next time.